All hell is breaking loose over Crimea. All hell is breaking loose over Moscow. Ukraine is unleashing a massive drone swarm against Russia, and Putin really has struggled to be able to defend against this Ukrainian drone swarm. You saw there at the beginning of this video a Ukrainian drone on its way to Moscow. Once again this morning, what we're seeing these Ukrainian drones do, kind of systematically taking out Russia's air defense systems and then having other drones swarm into Russian oil depots and other Russian oil infrastructure. For example, we've seen the Kerch oil depots just absolutely lit on fire. Take a look at this view of the burning Kerch oil depot and marine terminal. This huge traffic jam also on the way out of Crimea here. Let's play this clip.
Там попали, по-моему, в нефтебазу какую-то или что, просто всю ночь. Огонь херачит, было пробка там миллионная опять.
Then I'll show you as well these Ukrainian drones smashing into and blowing up the three major ferries that bring the Russian weapons and the Russian tanks and other Russian artillery into Crimea. I'll show you what this looks like over here. Let's take a look at the ferries being blown up. Let's roll this video right off of Crimea. Let's play this clip.
3 парома горят нахуй. 1, 2, 3. Все, пизда.
Now I'll just show you some other footage that we are getting right here as the Ukrainian attack drones struck rail infrastructure in Russian occupied Berdyansk overnight, starting a large fire right here. We'll show you more scenes with this B-roll from Crimea's port of Kerch in today's early morning hours as Ukrainian drones successfully targeted Russian occupied facilities there. Look right here at the port area of the Russian occupied Kerch. You'll see right here the oil silos on fire. More B-roll right here of another point of view of the Kerch Marine Oil Terminal. You can see for yourself right there. Also, we're seeing the Ukrainian Air Force successfully strike some of the Russian Shahed attack drones over Dnipro and some other areas using an R-27 AAM. I'll show you this video right here of the Ukrainian Air Force MiG-29 Fulcrum shooting down the Russian Shahed. Really compelling footage. Let's play this clip right here.
Пошла ракета. Красава.
Also share with you some footage of firefighting foam snowing on Moscow after Ukrainian drones set the local refinery ablaze yesterday. Show you some footage right here. Even after almost 24 hours, the fire in the oil depot of the Russian occupied Kerch in Crimea in Ukraine still raging right there. Clement Molin explains, as expected, Russian forces now are having to escort key fuel trucks and protecting important road hubs with cannon air defense or drone interceptor teams. They're also trying to reinforce the key bridges leading to Crimea, which have been hit as well with the pontoon bridges. Again, as expected, they cannot control all of these strikes, though, targeting the isolated fuel trucks, the night strikes against the convoys, and the smaller roads. What this is forcing the Russian armies to do, who are already lacking in men, to use manpower from afar to try to now shoot down these drones, which then chisel away on the Russian lines, which Ukraine is exploiting as well. share with you some more footage that we're getting also over here. You see some of the Russian tourists riding in Crimea, ignoring some of the warning that are happening right there. We'll show you over here. This is from the drone attack on Crimea as well. You'll see this oil depot at the port in Kerch that was struck. A fire was also reported at Port Kavkaz on the Russian side of the Kerch Strait as well. Let's play this footage right here that Anton Garsinenko posted. Let's play this clip.
Пизда. Ёбнуть. Да, это цистерны, которые на этом, на ВТГ. С ВТГ видно прям.
Как она сейчас въебет?
Не, она не въебет.
Почему нет?
Потому что.
Спокойно же, Никита, вообще. Сзади машина.
Они тоже приехали смотреть.
Ого, это жестко.
Before continuing, one quick PSA for the Meidas Mighty when it comes to Medicare. Most Medicare agents push Medicare Advantage plans even when they're not right for you because they make more money doing it. That's why we strongly recommend you do what thousands in our audience have already done. Speak with Chapter, please. They don't just share the amazing benefits of Medicare Advantage. They explain the pros and cons of all your Medicare options. Original Medicare, Medicare Supplement, Medicare Advantage, and Part D. Chapter supports you in comparing every plan against your specific healthcare needs because they want to ensure you have the best coverage for you. One Chapter member, Jill, said her advisor presented options she didn't even see on the Medicare.gov website. And in many cases, Chapter saves people over $1,100 a year by getting them on the right plan. So if you're on Medicare or will be soon, dial 82 Medicare and get honest advice from Chapter. That's 82 Medicare. It's free and quick. They can review your options in under 20 minutes. If you're on the right plan already, they'll tell you. If you're not, they can help you save thousands the way they have with thousands of members of the Meidas Mighty. Now, you can see other photos right here, the night strike in Kerch. These are posted by Special Kherson Cat. Take a look at some of these photos right here. As Preston Stewart explains, following a Ukrainian attack, Russia has halted ferry operations at the Kerch Strait since heavy trucks are not permitted on the bridge. This means they'll need to divert to the northern route that Ukraine has also been hitting hard. And you can see this photo right here of what one of these Russian ferries look like that are being hit by Ukraine. This is the Russian ferry Panagia that was struck at the Kerch ferry crossing in Russia's Krasnodar region. The attack also sparked a fire at the Chuska oil terminal. The strikes on the Kerch ferry crossings are particularly significant as it has become a key route for fuel supplies as well into Crimea after repeated attacks on Russia's land corridor. We're now also getting word that Sergei Iskanov, the Russian-appointed governor proxy in Crimea, just gave this, I'll translate it for you, this official address right here announcing the suspension of fuel sales to civilians. He states that starting June 21st, gas stations in Crimea would halt sales for cash, non-cash, and vouchers to individuals and non-state entities, and fuel would be restricted exclusively to government emergency services right there. And so you see the impact that this is having on Crimea over here. Some drone footage of the Kerch oil terminal being struck by the Ukrainian drones as well, right there. On a Russian supply route deep behind the southern frontal line, a Ukrainian mid-range drone slamming into a Russian fuel tanker. Let's play this clip also. Now, President Zelensky of Ukraine posted the following message. During wartime, fury is an absolutely justified emotion for our people, but fury must be followed by action. It can't just be fury and nothing more. The Russians must feel that the war must return to Russia, to the territory of the country that launched the aggression. This year, we've started to really hit them hard. Our defense industry, our defense forces, and our production capabilities have begun the process of bringing the war back to Russia. The Russians are attacking us every day. We will strike back every day. Our response will grow stronger with each passing day. Yesterday, we responded by striking their oil refinery in the Tyumen region. 2 new Firepoint drones hit the target, covering 2,070 kilometers in a direct flight. They will be able to reach more than 3,000 kilometers. These are new drones. We will keep going because we know where their military factories, oil depots, gas storage facilities, and other sites are located. We need longer range instruments as well. That's what Zelensky is posting. He also writes about what he refers to as long-range sanctions against Russia, referring to the drone strikes as long-range sanctions. And Zelensky writes, last night, our long-range sanctions targeted the occupiers, military, logistics, oil industries, and air defenses. All of this is just a response to Russia's brutal attack against our people. I thank the warriors of the Security Service of Ukraine, the Unmanned Systems Forces, the Defense Intelligence of Ukraine, and the Special Operations Forces for their successful work at a distance of about 300 kilometers from the front line. Facilities on both sides of the Crimean Bridge were hit. Maritime logistics used to transport oil in the Krasnodar region and an oil depot in temporarily occupied Kerch. In addition, military logistics facilities were successfully struck, along with 4 radar stations belonging to S-400 systems, with 2 Pantsir systems. I'm grateful to all our warriors for their provision and professionalism. Russia understands only strength, and our long-range strength is certainly working for peace. Glory to Ukraine. Well, there you have it, folks. Let me know what you think about all of this. Hit subscribe. Let's get to 7 million subscribers. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Love this video? Support independent media and unlock exclusive content, ad-free videos, and custom emojis by becoming a paid member of our YouTube channel today. You can also gift memberships to others. Let's keep growing together.